what I want out of people today is like the cost of living crisis. What do you think? What's going on? What's going on? Do you think you'll be able to pay your gas bills, your electric bills in a couple of months' time?
I've already had my electric bill.
And how much?
Well, it's not that much.
Not that much more. Okay.
Usually I pay about 25.
25 what?
I'm paying for my electric.
How often?
I pay every month, but I'm not always there.
Right.
But this month, I've had kind of a little bit of a heart attack.
All right. Okay.
£100.
£100 this month. So from 25 to £100.
But as a
you've been in a bit, yeah?
Yeah, I've been in a bit.
Right.
I mean, I've only used my internet, and I don't have a television. My landline and whatever. And I said, is this right? I said, you gave a slight meter reading. I said, you have to come out then got to take this off.
If you want, otherwise people are going to ask why you got it on. Why you got it on, yeah. Masked man, yeah. Take it off, yeah.
Okay, so I have my electric bill, £25 because I'm a single man. I don't really use electric anyway, I hardly ever. But I've been in, this month, I've had a little bit of a £100. I thought, how can that work out if I'm... So I phoned them up. I said, this is the meter reading you gave us. I said, but how come? He said, well, the bills have gone up, everything's gone up. My gas has gone up to £76.
76 from?
I used to pay, from 76, I paid about 43 or 41.
So double?
Every month.
Okay, so that's
about
£120 a month extra. Can you cope with that?
I have to make sacrifices because now I'm unemployed and I'm on universal credit. That takes a big chunk out of...
It's a fair whack, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because all I had was £150 energy something of the council tax. With that, I had to pay my bill, you know. So I'm literally left with hardly anything.
So what do you think should be done?
I'll tell you what needs to be done. I've heard it on television and no one's doing nothing about it. They should, all these like Shell, BP, British Gas or Seneca, whatever they call themselves, should be taxed more like that. What's that word they keep on using? There's a word on television they kept on using. Like, you have to pay so much.
Windfall tax.
That's it, windfall tax. I think they should pay more. All these billions, I mean, where's it going? Because I don't see it going to, oh what, we've made £1 billion. As you're our customer, we've got to try and help you, like, give you so much back. All they do is give it to the chief executive and the shareholders. I mean, I don't know why the government, not this one, because half of them are in bed with the energy companies anyway. I mean, so I think.
So do you think we're facing an autumn-winter of unrest, riots, protests?
Well, it's looking that way.
Or next week, Nottingham Carnival?
It's looking that way because people are fed up with this government. You've got Mr. Sunak, whatever his name is. He is a multimillionaire. His wife's a multimillionaire. It's just all for one. And that's why I don't like politics, because it's so corrupt. I'm all right, Jack, go away, you know. It's like that film with, I can't remember his
Peter
name
Sellers.
now. There used to be a film,
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers. It's just like that. What should happen, right? All these energy companies should get taxed even more money, and all these multi-million-pound banks. So, well, people are suffering, you've got to pay more. You've got to pay more because you're earning too much. You've got to pay more. But all they keep on saying, well, if we do that, they're going to leave the country. I mean, all they're going to do is put it like Google. I mean, they're the most corrupt people on the face of the earth, you know what I mean? They try and pay less tax. And one thing about all these strikes, I totally agree with it. I mean, you've got all these chick executives earning big wages, and you've got these train drivers. You know, this is rubbish when people say, all these train drivers earn more money than you. Excuse me, these train drivers pay more tax than you. The higher your wages are, the more tax they take out. So think about it, they've got a mortgage, they've got a family, they've got gas, electric, whatever they've got, HP, I don't know if that exists anymore, but
So you feeling like price rises as well? Do you notice that?
I think the price rises are going to go up. And everyone keeps on blaming the war in
Ukraine.
Ukraine and all that. I don't think it's about that actually. I think it's something else. I think they're just making an excuse.
Okay,
You know?
thanks very much.
I'm sorry, mate.
It's all right, that's fine. How you doing? Tell me, cost of living crisis, what do you think? Pair of you.
Cost of living crisis.
What do you think?
I
Gas bills. Have you got any news on your gas bills?
No, I don't pay my gas bill,
No, I
so.
don't pay bills either. So
You-
I'm
how'd you get away with that?
all-inclusive.
Well, it's
I'm
in the occupier's
all-inclusive.
name, so I'm not the occupier. So
Oh,
I don't
right,
pay.
right. So they're getting a bit irritating now, are they?
Oh, yeah.
Bit humpety. What about other people? Do you get the impression that other people are wound up about this or angry about it? Or
No, I mean, I live in a world where I pay rent that's all included. You know, I
Right.
rent a room, so you just pay a flat
Right,
rate.
okay.
Mind you, my rent has gone up twice, but thankfully not by a whole lot yet.
Okay.
So I'm not feeling the pinch. I'm feeling the pinch on food, definitely.
yeah, what about that? How's that manifested itself?
Just that, yeah, you go to Sainsbury's and I'd say it's double the price now.
It's what?
Double the price.
You think so? From when?
Yeah, the fruit veg. And actually, the thing that's worrying me the most is I buy organic stuff, which is why the big supermarkets keep me prisoner in a way. Because Waitrose, Tesco, Asda do a little bit, but Sainsbury's do a good range of organic stuff. But the range of it has gone down hugely.
Right.
And actually, I'm sorry.
That's a generic thing, though, isn't it? All sorts of stuff have disappeared from the shelves, hasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. All the organic stuff is gone. It's gone completely.
Yeah, it's going. I'm
completely.
really noticing that. Yeah.
All right, catch you later. Yeah?
All right,
worries.
see ya.
How are you? Let me catch you first. Right, let me get round here so I can see you. Tell me about.
I came on the 8th of May.
Okay, tell me about the cost of living. What do you think about what's going
Oh
on?
my goodness.
Your personal experience, and I'm trying to get that from different people today. Same thing. Gas prices, electricity prices. Do you notice that?
Not yet, I haven't. So I pay monthly. I'm with electricity.
Okay.
I pay monthly, so you know, and I'm also retired. I don't have a mortgage or rent to pay, so that helps me, doesn't it?
What about food costs?
They have gone up. Yeah, they have gone up. I've given up wine.
Huh?
I've given up wine, but that's the health.
You've given up wine,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the health reasons. I'm drinking cider instead. No, I've just had some lunch in Peter Jones. I've had a tuna and cucumber sandwich with hot tea, and it came to £9 something, just under £10.
Right.
And I'm sitting there eating this sandwich and drinking this tea, thinking some people have got to work for an hour because that's what they get paid. This £9 whatever. It's what they get paid per hour.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there eating a tuna sandwich and a pot of tea. And thinking, you know, equating what somebody has to do to earn enough to buy a tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Progress for the tuna sandwich.
Sorry?
Is that progress for the tuna sandwich or decline for the worker?
Decline for the worker, of course.
I'll come back later. Yeah? One sec. I want to ask a specific question today. Cost of living crisis. What's your experience, if at all?
Yeah, I found that
Gas and electric, has it gone up already, or?
actually my gas and electric haven't gone up at the moment. I don't
Okay,
know why.
okay.
I'm waiting for the big shock though. But food bills definitely 25-30% more I'm paying for my food.
Right. Does that put you in difficulty?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
No. So let's see what happens as time goes on.
And you think the mood amongst other people is angry about this, or
I
what?
think angry and apprehension because people don't know what's coming.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, there's
it's
a lot of
big-
talk about stuff, but
Yeah, so we're all like living on tenterhooks.
yeah. Okay.
And I wanted to say that my friend here from Dubai, he hasn't been here since before COVID, and we were talking about during COVID how
The madness.
how
the
you
madness.
were harassed
A year of madness. 2
relentlessly
years of
by the
madness.
yeah, they
But that's not the
harassed-
subject today.
Yeah, yeah.
Not for this
Are you
show.
gonna-
Afterwards. Good. I wanted to ask you, as a businessman,
Yeah, of course. Come on.
electricity and gas prices. How's that affecting you?
Well, I signed the contract last year, which then I cannot increase the gas and they not increase.
What? You Nostradamus?
Yeah, no. We.
How did you
we
know?
signed it.
Well, how did you know?
Just a guess, just a guess. When they came to me, I did the electricity and the gas as well. They can put up for another 2 years.
Well, that's good for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Very good.
Yeah.
What about at home?
Never know. It's
You don't know. You can cope with that one. Just as well with the business. I saw this morning some of the businesses increased
No,
like
business.
3-4
I got,
time price
I
increase.
got a restaurant all over
Oh, exactly,
England.
exactly. So they all signed that contract.
All signed the
Oh, you're a
contract.
lucky man.
From Bristol to Leicester to.
You might be the last restaurant standing.
So another 2 years will be okay.
Yeah. Well, you'll ride it out then. Oh, see you later, yeah?
You're a drunkard. Who are you? You're a drunkard. You drink alcohol and you need to turn away from your sin.
But you're drinking every day.
Your days are numbered. That's what I'm telling you.
You are drinking every day.
I don't drink. I've never
You
drunk.
are.
But it looks like you snake in a pub.
Let me ask you.
That's a question.
Listen,
Cost of living crisis. Does that affect you? And what should be done about it?
Yes, it does.
What should be done?
I think we need a new prime minister who can deal with the price of gas, electricity, and any kind of bills that we have.
What about
to
food?
pay.
Forgiveness.
Even the price of
forgiveness.
food. You know?
Ask
we
forgiveness.
need a revolutionary leader who can try to set things better. Also, for me, I don't see anything wrong by buying gas or fuel from Russia, because we shouldn't we shouldn't buy things from Russia. We got to buy because we want our people in United Kingdom to be living a moderate, fair life.
And in your church, do you have a lot of people complaining about not being able to make ends
Yes,
meet?
people are complaining because these are things that affect everybody. So we gotta complain. We gotta try to do something so that the government must change and ensure that everyone in the country is at least living a life that they enjoy like before.
So you think there might be riots or unrest or?
With the church, I don't think there's
Yeah, not in
any
the
riot.
church, I'm saying.
But I think here they are going to vote for somebody that they think is going to make a difference. But at this stage, even if a new prime minister comes up, he won't be able to do something as better as possibly Boris Johnson. I would say if Boris Johnson still left in the office, he could have done something better. Because he did it with coming out of Brexit, and this issue disturbed Theresa May. She couldn't sort out the problem of coming out of Europe, but Boris Johnson did it in some few months. And I think he would have been left so that he can sort out this problem of rise in fuel, rise in even tax, rise in electricity, gas, and all that.
But okay, but you're not a Boris Johnson supporter, are you?
So,
You're not a Boris Johnson supporter, you just said
I'm
practical.
not a Boris Johnson supporter, but I could see that he had done something really incredible in this country. He's a man who can make up his mind quickly and go ahead with what he had to do.
Okay, thanks very much. Cost of living crisis, what do you make of it?
I'm alright, I get paid quite well, so I don't care.
Okay. Don't care at all, or
not
it doesn't notice it, or what do you mean?
No, caring only leads to like getting heartbroken, so I just don't care at all. You know?
Right.
I can pay for food and rent and shit, so I don't give a damn.
What sort of money, if you don't mind me asking, is quite a lot of money?
You know, lorry driver wage.
£1,000 a week?
No, not that much. A bit less, but yeah.
Okay. All right, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Now to appear in the presence of God before us, nor yet that he should offer himself often, as the high priest often makes sacrifices of animals.
Tell me something. Cost of living crisis, what do you make of that?
It is
you
all
notice it?
man-made crisis. It's not real. It's all man-made. The rich are becoming richer, the poor are becoming poorer, and what the cryptocurrency is enforced. Everybody is working with cryptocurrency. They're hiding their money. They're cheating. Full-scale cheating is going on in this world. I can't believe so much cheating is going on. And all our politicians, everybody is involved in that. They're all our politicians, and bringing from Russia to everybody. They're just wicked people. And we poor people are having a trouble. The taxpayer, the poor man, the middleman is suffering too much. Because we don't deal with cryptocurrency. They deal with cryptocurrency. And they are, I was coming by bus and I met one man. He said, "You're a mad woman." So I said, "Why you call me a mad woman?" He said, "Deal with me with cryptocurrency. I earn 60,000 a year. And I don't show anything to anybody dealing with cryptocurrency." So like that, people are very clever.
Okay, thanks very much.
Because the life of the flesh is in the blood. He's gone away and he's come back. So yeah.
But why always the blood, not the saliva?
Leviticus chapter 17.
What's going on?
How you doing? Good.
Nice to see you.
Cost of living crisis is my theme today. Tell me about it.
Well, the cost of living crisis. I tell you, the governments, they hate us. They want to keep us down, and that's why they print all this currency. They inflate the currency. That's why they let so many people in order to inflate, in order to increase demand for the health service, increase demand for housing, increase demand for basically everything, and push wages down in order to keep us all poorer. That's what they're doing. That's why they put all these regulations on the energy companies
And how do you notice
green
it?
levies.
How do you notice it yourself? Have you noticed changes in prices, changes in costs?
Yeah, you notice things. You notice the price of grape juice going up. You notice the price of of just bottles of water. I mean, it's ridiculous. You notice the cost, you notice your energy bills and your water bills and your gas bills, everything goes up and up. It's totally bizarre, right? So my father's a lawyer, and he's been charging the same price for years and years. He said it's just not feasible. He has to put it up because you can't buy what you used to be able to buy with the money, right? It's
So where do you think this is going?
Prices are just going to keep on going up.
What do you think will happen in the consequence?
Until finally the government lets the bubble pop. Because at the end of the day, and there's a YouTube channel called Tick History, you should all go watch it. He does a great thing about how exactly a recession works. And basically, when the government finally allow this bubble they've created to pop, yes, we'll have a recession, but only then we'll be able to rebuild and actually have economic success.
But there's lots of countries simultaneously, isn't it? It's not just one.
It is most of the world, and of course there's also supply chain issues because of the war, but a lot of this is self-inflicted by our governments. And of course the World Economic Forum wants us all to be serfs, don't they? So I mean, they want to know everything about us, right? To hear this thing they were talking about the other week about they're concerned about the levels of protein that we urinate, right? Right? There's this guy saying, I'm really concerned about it. Well, you know, he would be, wouldn't he? Right? Because he's one of these stupid globalists in an ivory tower who doesn't care about the average person.
Okay, thanks very much. Cost of living crisis.
Oh,
How
very
you doing?
good.
How are you?
I'm fine.
So hang on, let's just take Switzerland first, then you. So, cost of living crisis, is there such a thing in Switzerland, a land of stability?
It's not bad at the moment, but politicals are predicting quite inflation for this winter.
And now you don't notice it yet.
Energy crisis, prices getting higher and higher.
Right.
So at the moment, situation is quite good.
Okay. What about you, Dust? What do you think about
So
it?
the whole cost of living crisis is a complete lie, a gross misinterpretation of reality. What we really have is a crisis in ownership of resources. And if those resources are owned by the people of the world, therefore they would be shared. There's so much food, there's so much energy, there's so much food, so much energy, so much humanity, and yet these things are never allowed to share themselves because the rich have decided that everything must be profitized, and if you don't have wealth, therefore you will not have access to what makes us human, to society, to culture, and to food, education. Of course, that's what culture is. So it isn't an energy crisis, it's a crisis of ownership, and the people of this planet must own the resources of the planet and share them out equally. That means we wouldn't have any war, that means we wouldn't have any hate, that means we wouldn't have any uneducated or hungry people.
How do you think you'll get from A, where we are now, to Z, where you want to go?
Certainly not violence or revolution. Those things are absolutely never the path to understanding the world as a reality that we wish to have. The way we do that is understand that we live in a dictatorship, to understand we don't live in a democracy, and understand that what a democracy really is, what education really is. Education isn't about hating people that are gay, which is what we get in our childhood from certain religious backgrounds. Education isn't about just loving one particular group of people, but education is understanding all communities and understanding politics, what it means to be political, what it means to be human. And so, yes, it is a journey. It ain't just going to be a quick, easy fix that Donald Trump always vomits out in this world. There ain't no quick, easy fix. It means having to look inwards, look at ourselves, go on that journey as we journey in the world in that duality. That is how we transform the world, and we do it with understanding, compassion, and the pursuit of wonder of the universe.
Thanks very much. Can I get you? Simple question, or simple statement. Cost of living crisis, what does it mean to you?
What does it mean to me? Yes, well, that's, I've got, as I've been a bookkeeper all my life, I'm still trying to work out what's going to happen in the next few months into October. I think I will cope, actually. Between you and me, I've got £48,000 in savings in the bank.
Well, not between you and me anymore. You just streamed to the whole world. It's too late.
Couldn't care less.
Anyway, yeah, but what about...
anyway,
you worked in care homes, right?
I don't work... No.
You used to, no?
No, nothing in care
No,
homes.
what
I've
was
been
it?
a bookkeeper most of my
Bookkeeper,
life.
sorry,
I'm
my
well
mistake.
retired. I'm
You said
85,
someone else, right,
I've
okay.
been retired 20 years.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be quite as bad as it's made out in regards to myself.
Right.
Other people, yes. But I mean, it sounds mingy to you, but I can draw out £50 and make it last a week for groceries and milk and bread and all that sort of thing.
Right.
£50, and I'm telling you the whole story now. Every
Were you Spartanic as a child? Did you get raised like that, or what's the reason?
What?
Like Spartanic, careful in your spending and this sort of thing. Were you?
Oh well, yes. I think it does stem from childhood. My father worked in my father's ironmongery shop at 15 for a while. It didn't work out very well. He gave me 5 shillings a week. And I was a bit disgusted with that because he started in 1907 at a shilling a week, and I think he thought, oh, we'll up it a bit, inflation. But that all, I lived in Nuneaton near Birmingham. That 5 shilling would buy me a return ticket on a half-day Thursday. The shop was closed to Birmingham back. I'd have nothing to spend when I got there. I know about hard times and being economic and trying to make ends meet and save. I've got the reply in here. I'm putting it in the post box. AIDS UK have asked me to fill in a questionnaire. I've told them all sorts of things about, my background and all the ins and outs. Tick here. It doesn't make much sense to me because it's all watered down. Because I should have made some comments, and there's a special comments area where I should have said, well, if you gave me the blooming questionnaire next week, I might have totally different views to what I've put down, because there's such a variety of, does this sentence make, is this you, or, oh bollocks, anyway.
Okay. Thanks very much.
That's all I can say.
Another time. Well, I wanted to do something on that issue because it's becoming a big news story. It's already 27 minutes in. I'm going to call a halt now and return with other things a little later on. I'm going to do a little speech myself in a minute, and Piers Corbyn could be done a little bit later on. Okay, that's the show for today. More coming soon.